You need to sell a house that needs work, maybe a lot of work. And right now, you are standing at a crossroads. Do you spend the money to fix it up and try and sell for more? Or do you sell it completely as is, take less money, but be done with it? And everyone, your neighbor, your cousin, even the guy at the hardware store, they're all telling you, you gotta fix it up first. But here's what they don't know. Spend that money in the wrong places and you could easily walk away with thousands less than that house is worth. To help you figure out what your best move is, I'm going to ask you 5 questions. Now, the first one you've probably thought about, but the other 4, nobody asks them. And they're the exact questions that will tell you whether or not to fix this house up or sell it as is. Let's get to work. Question number 1. How fast do you need to get out? If your holding costs, the mortgage, the taxes, insurance, utilities total, say, $2,000 a month, and a renovation takes you 4 months, you're $8,000 in the hole before you even list. If the potential profit from the fix doesn't significantly outpace those monthly losses, your smartest move is a fast as-is sale to stop that bleeding. Question 2. Are you shopping for new quartz countertops when the HVAC system is 20 years old? It is incredibly common to want to spend money on cosmetic upgrades. Why? Because they look great. But a retail buyer's inspector, they're going to look right past that kitchen and right at the roof, at the foundation, the plumbing, and all of the electrical. I call these the big 5. If the bones of the house are failing, putting in high-end finishes on top of broken guts will not raise your sales price. It just drains your bank account. If the big 5 systems need work and you can't afford to fix them, do not buy cosmetics. Save your cash, stop the renovations, and sell that house completely as is. Question 3. Will this repair actually change who can buy this house? Ask yourself, does this fix allow a new type of buyer to bid on this house? Like replacing a roof that won't pass inspection. That will move you from the cash-only investor pool into the homeowner pool. That change in who can buy it, that's what gives you the biggest jump in price. If a repair doesn't fundamentally unlock traditional home buyers who need financing, save your cash. Don't fix it up just to get the same thing that an investor would offer you. Question 4. Has the market shifted past the point where repairs even make sense? Sometimes we start fixing things up because we're trying to force the house to be worth what it used to be. Your neighbor, they might have sold their house for a massive premium a couple of years ago. But if today's shifting market puts your current comps at a lower bracket, no amount of fresh paint or renovations is going to change that reality. You cannot renovate your way out of a market shift. Look at the actual as-is price versus today's realistic top of market. If the gap between them isn't at least double the cost of the repairs, you are taking a massive risk. And finally, question number 5. Do you have a liquid 20% cash cushion to survive contractor surprises? Renovations are famous for expensive surprises. You open up a wall to fix a simple plumbing problem, and then you find everything behind that wall is eaten up with mold. A half-finished renovation doesn't look almost done to a buyer. It looks like a giant red flag that you ran out of money. When a buyer sees half-finished renovations, those lowball offers don't just get lower, they start to look like insults. If you don't have a 20% backup buffer, entirely liquid, do not swing that first hammer. Leave those walls closed. Protect your sanity and sell it as is. Here's the bottom line. The goal isn't to make the house perfect. The goal is to make the smartest financial decision with the resources you have left. Fix the house if the big 5 are solid, or one single strategic repair, like the roof, opens the door to traditional families who need a mortgage. Sell it as is if the house is eating your savings every month, the major systems are failing, or you simply don't have the cash reserves to handle the surprises that come along with the renovation. Sometimes the smartest move is to fix that house up, get as much money as you possibly can. But many times, the smartest move is packing up, selling as is, and moving on before that house takes more than you have left to give. I'm going to leave you with one last thing. If you live right here in Metro Atlanta and you need some help trying to figure out, should you sell as is or should you fix it up? Reach out to me. Click the Work With Me link in the description below. Or if you just have a question, click the Ask Me Anything link. I read and answer each one of those questions. All right, I'm done, and I'll see you in the next video.